Morning emotion check-in. Do you have just 2 minutes a day to give your emotional intelligence a quick boost? Then as soon as you wake up, ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? It sounds simple, but the brain can't manage emotions it doesn't recognize. Most people start their day stressed and on autopilot, without ever noticing how they feel. But those very first minutes of the day are the perfect chance to set your mental compass. When you open your eyes, just name or jot down the first three emotions that come to mind. Anxious, sleepy, curious. Simply saying, I'm angry, in other words, acknowledging the feeling, already reduces its power. This way, you begin your day as someone who manages their emotions, not as someone managed by them. Scientific research shows that practices like this rapidly increase emotional intelligence and strengthen decision-making skills. And when you combine it with other simple, effective daily habits I'll share later, you'll be amazed at how much your emotional awareness can grow. Emotion journal. Take just 5 minutes each day to write down the strongest emotion you felt. What was it? What triggered it? And how did you feel it in your body? This simple yet powerful practice trains your ability to observe your emotions. As you write, the very act of putting feelings into words boosts your awareness. Research shows that labeling emotions enhances the amygdala, the part of the brain that shapes emotional responses, and its ability to regulate them. At the end of the day, write 3 sentences in a notebook starting with, "Today I felt the most," because over time you'll start to see the highs and lows of your emotions more clearly and notice patterns in your reactions. In other words, writing down your emotions is the first step to gaining control over them. This habit directly strengthens both self-awareness and self-management, the core of emotional intelligence. Now write your dominant emotion in a single word in the comments. Just be honest. That's all it takes. Seeing through someone else's eyes. Exercise empathy is the cornerstone of emotional intelligence. When you're upset with someone or don't understand them, ask yourself, if I were in their shoes, how would I feel? Most conflicts happen because we act on assumptions instead of truly listening. This simple exercise helps you notice and soften your snap judgments. Neurological research shows that empathy-based mental practices strengthen the brain's mirror neuron system and lower stress responses in relationships. Pick 3 different people you come across during the day: the cashier, a coworker, or someone shouting on the bus. For each one, form a short sentence. Maybe they're really tired today. Maybe they just got some bad news. These little thoughts can slow down your reaction and help you manage your emotions more mindfully. At first, it might feel a bit difficult, but the more you practice, the stronger your ability to empathize will become. Try it right now. Read the comments below this post and imagine how those people might be feeling. Sometimes even a simple message like, "I get you, my friend," can be enough to make someone's day a little better. The 90-second rule. Most people struggle to control themselves when anger hits. They either overreact impulsively or push their anger down. Neither is a healthy response. The real solution is to let the natural wave of anger pass. Anger acts like a chemical storm in the brain, usually peaking and fading within about 90 seconds. Scientific research shows that when emotional reactions are observed with mindful awareness, brainwaves settle and stress hormones drop. When you feel anger rising, tell yourself, just wait 90 seconds. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Pick one object around you, a cup, a tree, anything, and focus on it. This short pause interrupts your automatic reaction and lets you respond consciously instead of out of anger. Over time, you'll become someone who can manage emotions with more control and experience less regret over your actions. Have you ever reacted out of anger and later wished you hadn't? Gratitude note. At the end of the day, what usually comes to mind are shortcomings, unfinished tasks, or the day's stress. But your brain's ability to focus on the positive can grow with regular practice. Each night, ask yourself, what are 3 things I'm grateful for today? Psychological studies show that regular gratitude practice can improve sleep quality, lower stress hormones, and foster a more optimistic outlook over time. You may notice the benefits as soon as the very next morning, and you'll naturally want to keep this habit going. Before going to bed, open a notebook and jot down 3 short notes. My friend called and lifted my spirits. I enjoyed my coffee in peace. My idea was acknowledged in the meeting. Even the smallest things count. As you write, Notice the sense of relaxation in your body. It sets a positive tone for your mind. And if you like this video, you'll give me a reason to write in my own journal tonight. People liked my video, and that made me very happy. Self-reflection at the end of the day. As you end your day, ask yourself these questions. What did I learn today? How did I feel? What can I do differently tomorrow? This brief reflection helps you frame your day's experiences in a meaningful way and accelerates emotional growth. Scientific research shows that writing about your emotions increases mental clarity, reduces stress levels, and improves problem-solving skills. In other words, as you put your emotions down on paper, you see them more clearly, recognize them better next time, and shape your responses accordingly. Before going to bed, take a notebook and write 3 sentences. 1. What was the most valuable moment of today? 2. Which emotion was dominant? 3. What can I do differently tomorrow? The key point here is to find the emotion without putting pressure on yourself and being honest. The rest is really that simple. However, don't let its simplicity fool you. You'll feel the effects quickly if you do it daily. Practice intentional listening. At least once a day, focus entirely on listening when you're talking with someone. Try to understand without planning your response or passing judgment. Most of us let our minds wander even while we're supposed to be listening, but this habit helps change that. During a conversation, once the other person finishes speaking, summarize what they said in your own words and ask, "Did I understand you correctly?" Think of a time when someone listened to you without really caring about what you were saying, just going through the motions. Now remember a time when someone listened with genuine interest and curiosity. How did each of those moments make you feel? This small but powerful practice brings empathy to life, strengthening not only your emotional intelligence, but also your social connections. Research shows that reflective listening builds trust and deepens mutual understanding. As you make this a daily habit, you'll clearly notice your empathy and emotional intelligence growing. Label your emotional state. Anytime during the day, name the emotion you're feeling either out loud or in your mind. I'm angry right now. I feel anxious. It may seem simple, but this practice plays a crucial role in regulating your brain's emotional responses. Most people suppress their feelings, which only increases stress. When you notice strong emotions, pause for 3 seconds and name what you're feeling in a single word. This awareness interrupts automatic reactions and helps you respond more deliberately. Research shows that labeling emotions reduces amygdala activity while activating the prefrontal cortex, boosting your emotional control. Practicing this habit every day strengthens 2 key parts of emotional intelligence: self-awareness and self-management. Which of these habits do you already practice? Or do you have your own method? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you.